Hidey-Ho Friends, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 in my mini series Candle Like It's 2022. In part 1 I talked the basics about candle lamps and candle crocks, why we use them, the advantages, features, things like that. And in this part 2, I'm going to talk about, and we're going to look at, the lower end candle lamps, and by that I mean the cheaper and less featured candle lamps. These are the candle lamps that I actually started with several years ago, and they were great. I still enjoy them. Currently their pricing is around $40 on Amazon as of the time I'm filming this. So just going to put that out there. And then part 3, my next video, will be the higher end candle lamps that have more features, but they also are higher priced. And then part 4 will be the candle crock video, where we look at and talk about candle crocks. So let's change angles here and let's get started on the low end candle lamps. Okay, here we go for the comparison part. The 3 that I'm showing you right now are all from the brand Candle Warmers, etc. They are all currently $43 as of the time I'm recording this on Amazon. They all 3 have 25-watt light bulbs. They do not have adjustability of any kind. They don't have timers, and they don't have dimmers. This is the lowest end of candle lamps that I know of. I kind of think they may have been the first company to come out with candle lamps, but I don't know that for sure. But let's talk about some of these features. So this one is the very first one I got. I got this actually, I think, at Hobby Lobby, but it comes in, it's called their Aurora warmer or lamp. And it comes in black, bronze, brown, pewter, and silver. And the colors that it comes in, it's just this arm that changes. And then this one is called the Hurricane Lantern. It only comes in black and brown. And then this one, actually this color is not available anymore. This is called the Wooden Lantern. It is only available right now in white wood and espresso, so a really dark wood. So as far as what size candle these will fit, the 2 on the right fit the same size candle. The one on the left fits a little bit bigger. So let's talk about what size they fit. So this one, you do need to leave a little bit of room. I know it's just over 6 inches between these, but you do need a little bit of room to let the candle release the fragrance as it's sitting under it. So I would say this would fit a 5.5 inch candle tall. This one is actually the same. I would say 5.5 inches tall. Whereas width-wise, these 2 are also the same. I would say about 3 3/4 wide. And 3 3/4 wide. I hope you can see that. And over to the wooden lantern. Of course, we're going to have to open this to get our measurement. And you can open this all the way back to give you a little more room here. But we're going to say here you can go up to about 4 3/4 wide. And, sorry, about 6.5 inches tall. So this one will fit a bigger candle. So this one's 6.5 inches tall, and these more like 5.5 inches tall. And wide, this one will also fit a little bit wider at 4.5. Maybe 4 3/4 you could fit in there possibly. And then these 3 3/4 wide. So let's talk about what will fit as far as candles that we have on hand. To give you a little size reference, we'll put a single wick Bath and Body Works and a 3-wick Bath & Body Works under these. And of course, they will go in here no problem. And by the way, this does not have glass in it. That would defeat the purpose. There's not even glass in the back. Okay. So I feel for the most part this does well, releasing the fragrance just as well as the other two do with 25-watt bulbs. So let's take these out and go a little bigger. So we've got the newer Yankee Candle. What do they call this? Signature jar or something like that? That would fit. And I would say that leaves you just enough. I wouldn't go any less room than this, actually, because you need that room to release that fragrance. It fits in that. And it definitely fits in here. Okay. Of course, our normal average size Yankee or country candle, which is what this one is. Plenty of room, right? Good room. Now, you'll notice with this, that's almost going to be too far away from the light. So as this candle melts down and you've used it and you're only down to, half of the wax left, you're going to feel like you need to move this candle closer to it. And that's the disadvantage of these three. Once you get lower in your candle or you have a smaller candle, you feel like you have to raise it in one way or another closer to that candle, to that light bulb. So there's always this method, which will raise it up a little bit. And that's barely fitting in that slot, but I think that would still work. And then what I would do is add, sorry for the noise, I would put that lid in here and maybe multiple lids to bring it up a little closer, a little closer, a little closer on these that don't have any adjustable arm. And even get to the point where I'm using something like this with a bit of a pedestal to it to use to bring it up that much higher, right? This won't fit because of the width at the top here that narrows. So I would probably have to stick to the shorter one and just keep adding lids to the bottom that I might have on hand. So that gives you an example of what to do on that issue. And let's see. So these, oh, no, let's talk about one size bigger, actually. We've got the Kringle candle, large 2-wick. This is not going to fit under here. It's not going to fit here. It will fit here, but again, as I use this wax for weeks, it loses its scent. I pour it off. It uses the next layer. I use it for a week or two or whatever. I pour it off. When it gets down here, this 25-watt bulb that these come with is not going to be enough heat, honestly. And something with like this candle, you can only bring it so much closer to the bulb before you're running into the glass because it's such a tall candle. Okay, I did look at some of the reviews on these three, and some of the complaints, just so you know, were that they only melt about 1 inch of wax, and I think we've already talked about why. That's ultimately how candle lamps work, and that's part of the advantage of them. People are so used to the hot plates that you set a candle on and it warms the entire and melts the entire candle, which it has its place as well, but the reason you use candle lamps is so you only use 1 inch or so of the wax. Some say they don't get hot enough after it's halfway down. We kind of talked about that. Some said they don't last. I have not had that experience at all. I would say these lamps are at least 3 years old. Yes, the bulbs go out. Actually, let's talk about the bulbs here. So, here's the bulb. They run off of halogen bulbs, and like I said, these 3 lamps are 25 watts. And these do not quite go in like a normal bulb does. They are 2-prong. And if you can see in here, you have to put them in where the bigger slot is and then twist. So it's a little different application on the bulb, but that's because it's halogen. And these, like I said, are 25 watt that all of these come with. I would not personally buy one of these lamps and plan to put a larger or a higher wattage bulb in it. Now I'm having trouble getting this back lined up. There we go. Just couldn't see it very well. All right. So I haven't had a problem with them not lasting. Yes, the light bulbs go out, but that's what light bulbs do, right? Some said it doesn't get hot enough, which I tend to agree with the 25 watt bulbs, which I didn't know any better though until I started trying the next lamps we're going to talk about that use higher wattage bulbs. One more quick thing on this set of candle lamps from candle warmers, etc., is the cord. So I forgot to mention or even show you about the switches for these. All of them are just a simple on-off switch. And you can tell that one's been beat up. This one is probably the shortest. As you can see, that's all there is. I would say that's maybe 2.5, 3 feet long. The other two I actually have plugged in, but they are, I would say, at least 4 feet long, if not a little longer than that. Okay, back face to face now. That about wraps up part 2 of my mini series, Candle Like It's 2022. I do have parts 3 and 4 on the way. Be sure to subscribe if you like content like this, and anytime I upload a new video, once you're subscribed, it will show up in your subscription feed. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave those in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video. I hope everyone is doing well. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.